Are you familiar with that chest constriction that happens during anxious moments? That racing mind that won't let you sleep? That constant worry about tomorrow that steals your today? Consider this. A single three-word phrase exists that can vanquish anxiety right as it begins. This phrase is so impactful that brain scientists have examined its neurological effects, with findings that will permanently transform your stress management. However, prior to unveiling this phrase, there's something I require you to do immediately. Click the subscribe and activate notification settings, since what comes next might be what stands between constant stress and genuine serenity. This video originates from compiled scientific research from worldwide academic institutions and freely accessible public health materials, offering updated information particularly suited for individuals over 60. Right now, permit me to ask you something truthful. What percentage of your years has been invested in stressing over things that remained imaginary? What count of lovely occasions have you failed to notice because your awareness was confined to either tomorrow's fantasies or yesterday's pain? The actuality is that anxiety cannot dwell in this moment. It can't. Anxious feelings constantly revolve around either future scenarios or past experiences. It thrives on temporal periods that aren't currently present. This is the point where everything transforms. The expression that eliminates anxiety is nothing more than, I am here now. Merely 3 words. Just 9 letters. Infinite power. Upon uttering these words with authentic mindfulness, something amazing takes place in your mind. Studies employing functional brain imaging indicate that present moment consciousness swiftly reduces the amygdala's activity, where fear resides, while simultaneously elevating the prefrontal cortex's function, which handles reasoning and emotional management. Nevertheless, this encompasses more than brain chemistry alone. This means rescuing your life from the rule of illusory threats. Contemplate this idea. Right now, in this exact moment, are you okay? Not about tomorrow's uncertainties, not next week's possibilities, not in those late-night mind-created scenes. At this precise time, the response is nearly always affirmative. In this instant, you're inhaling and exhaling. At this moment, you're secure. Presently, you possess everything required to be here now. Most folks over the age of 60 harbor decades' worth of gathered concerns. Life has shown us that difficult circumstances can indeed happen. We've faced bereavement, frustrations, and physical health issues. Owing to these past events, our minds turn intensely vigilant, incessantly hunting for the next danger. This is what those in psychology identify as anticipatory anxiety, and it's incredibly tiring. It's like running a marathon while standing still. Your body doesn't know the difference between a real threat and an imagined one. When anxious about tomorrow's doctor appointment, your heart pounds faster, blood pressure goes up, stress hormones inundate your body, exactly as if danger were present now. This continual stress isn't just unpleasant, it truly accelerates biological aging and undermines your immune response. Here's an impactful revelation from Harvard University researchers. As people consistently cultivate present moment awareness, their systems yield reduced cortisol, the dominant stress hormone, and heightened DA, frequently referred to as the longevity substance. Merely by bringing your focus back to now, you're actually choosing well-being over pathology, calmness over pandemonium. I want to share a tale that captures this ideally. Robert, 72 years of age, lived his days entirely absorbed in worry about his cardiovascular condition. Each morning found him awakening to pulse checking, sensation watching, persuaded each day could be his end. His wife observed him withdrawing into this anxiety cell, until one day in his garden setting, a butterfly alighting on a proximate flower drew his focus. For mere seconds, his thinking went entirely still. He felt no worry about his cardiac condition. He wasn't contemplating the future. He was just watching this butterfly, present in that moment. And in that moment, he realized something profound. His anxiety wasn't protecting him. It was preventing him from living. From then onward, each instance anxiety manifested, he'd affirmed himself, I am here now, and redirect his consciousness to something in his immediate setting, something audible, a bodily feeling, the breath moving through him. Eventually, this elementary practice altered his life more dramatically than any pharmaceutical had. Now, I want you to pause this video for just 5 seconds and try this yourself. Articulate verbally, I am here now. Notice your body's contact with the chair. Observe the sensation of air on your skin. Perceive the noises around you. Notice how quickly your anxiety fades when you genuinely land in the here and now. This doesn't involve positive affirmations or denial. This is something far more powerful. It's reality. The present is the only time frame that truly exists. Everything else is memory or imagination. As you comprehend this profoundly, not merely mentally but through direct experience, anxiety releases its hold on you. You discover you've been in pain over matters that have no present reality. And prior to continuing, I require your assistance in sharing this message. Comment with the number 1 if this makes sense to you, or 0 if you're questioning it. Your involvement helps this video get to others who desperately require these insights. Now, let's examine how to apply this phrase optimally, particularly during acute anxiety. The key is not to use it as a weapon against anxiety, trying to force anxiety away. Instead, use it as an anchor, a gentle reminder to return home to the present moment. When you detect anxiety increasing, halt momentarily. Take a deep, measured breath. Pronounce I am here now, either verbally or silently. Then bring your senses into play. What's visible to you? What sounds reach your ears? What tactile sensations exist? This elementary method disrupts the anxiety spiral before it accelerates. Neuroscientific research reveals that being fully present and fully anxious simultaneously is impossible. They cannot coexist. Presence eliminates anxiety, just as light eliminates darkness, not through battling, but simply through presence. For those of us past 60, this technique is exceptionally helpful because we often harbor not just immediate concerns, but also amass anxiety from a lifetime of obstacles. We might anguish over health issues, economic stability, our kids or grandkids, or loss of self-sufficiency. These represent authentic worries, but being anxious about them solves nothing. It merely blocks us from treasuring the good experiences still present. Taking action resolves problems. Presence brings us tranquility. Worry does neither. Here's what makes this phrase exceptionally powerful. Operates right away, costs 0, has no adverse reactions, and you can apply it everywhere, always. So this is your challenge. Each time you detect anxiety emerging, employ the phrase, I am here now. Express it with awareness. Return to your senses. And here's my request for you right now.